Hey guys, Josh Morgan here from Momentum Productions, and today we're going to be talking about how to set up your brand new DJI Phantom 4. Now, as soon as you unpack your DJI Phantom 4, you'll notice that it comes with an awesome styrofoam carrying case, and it's really compact and pretty awesome for what it is. In this video, we're going to be talking not only how to set up your DJI Phantom 4, but we're also going to be talking about some safety precautions that are very, very important. So to start off, let's take out the Phantom 4 and set it up. To open up the carrying case, I've heard a lot of complaints about people not being able to open up their carrying case. It all has to do with this latch here that you just have to pull out like this and twist up, and then the lid will just pop right open. In the case, we'll have the DJI Phantom 4, the remote controller, a proprietary cable for the DJI Phantom 4 that is strictly made for upgrading the firmware inside the Phantom 4. So we'll put that away, we don't really need it. You'll also have your propellers that come in a pretty cool carrying case. We have a set of propellers for your Phantom 4, and you also have an extra set of propellers in case of some minor crash that you might have. So that's always handy. We also have the manual stashed in here for reference, and we have the charging brick and charging cable for charging the battery. So let's go ahead and remove the DJI Phantom 4. Let's go ahead and put it to the side here. Let's also remove the remote controller. Also put it down here. And let's remove the propeller pouch. Once we've done that, we can close the case. We don't need any more of the contents inside. What we also need is the charging cable for your mobile device. So that's very important because that is used to broadcast image to your mobile device. So the charging cable is very, very important. We'll talk more about that in just a minute. If you look at your Phantom 4, you'll notice that the gimbal and camera is covered by a protective bracket. All we need to do to remove that protective bracket, we just need to press down on one of these tabs. Be careful not to break anything. And the second tab here on the other side of the landing skid, and it should pop right off. This is only used during transportation of the Phantom 4. Never use it when you're about to fly. Once the gimbal is loose, we can set it aside. Next, we can go ahead and grab our propeller pouch, open it up. Now, all we need is just 4 propellers, right? Because we only have 4 motors. 2 black propellers and 2 silver propellers. Each of them are color-coded by a little ring that is located on the top of the propeller. Each motor on the Phantom 4 is also color-coded to fit the propeller. So the motors with the black dots on it go with the black propellers, and the motors with no dots on them go with the silver propellers. So we need 2 black propellers and 2 silver propellers. All right, that's all set up. We can put the rest of them away. Now these are quick release propellers, so all you need to do to install them is just press and twist. Directions of which way to twist the propeller is labeled on the propeller itself, so don't worry about that. You don't have to memorize anything, just look at the instructions on the propeller. Once the propellers are installed, I always like to double or even triple check that they are fastened securely against the motor. To do that, hold the motor and try and twist the propeller. If it's nice and snug, then they're locked into place. Do this to all 4 motors. All right, once that's set up, we can go ahead and grab our remote controller. And we can flip up our mobile device holder here. Press the side button to open up the clamp. Push down on these tabs here, so that way we can put on our iPhones or smaller mobile devices. Press down on the clamp, make sure your iPhone is nice and snug. Then take your power cable, insert it into the back of the remote controller in the USB slot. Then take the other end and put it into your phone. Next, we can turn on our remote controller. Simply press the power button once and a second time and hold it for 2 seconds until you hear that chime. Our remote controller is now on. Then flip up your antennas, just like that. Next, you will need to download the DJI Go app. You can find this in the App Store. Go ahead and launch your DJI Go app. If you are launching this app for the very first time with the Phantom 4, you will have to activate your Phantom 4. Just follow the on-screen instructions, which are very, very straightforward and easy to do, and you'll be set. Once you launch the DJI Go app, select your Phantom 4 from the list of aircrafts. Click on the camera button, and now you are inside the cockpit of the Phantom 4. Now we're ready to turn it on. To turn on the Phantom 4, press the power button on the battery pack once and hold it a second time for 2 seconds. And you'll notice the gimbal starting to calibrate, and you'll hear a chime. Leave it alone for a minute or two, let the computers initialize and start up. You'll get picture on the app, and wait until the app gives you a safe to fly green marker on the top left corner of the app. Before every flight, I strongly recommend calibrating your compass. The compass is responsible for dictating the aircraft's orientation. To calibrate the compass, simply click on the icon labeled Safe to Fly, scroll down to Compass, and then click on Calibrate. During compass calibration, also remember to stay away from any metal objects. Otherwise, it can interfere with the calibration process. To calibrate the Phantom 4, hold it up about 4 feet and do a spin. Make sure that the Phantom 4 stays fixed in one point of the spin. Then turn the Phantom 4 vertically and do the spin again. You'll notice that the LEDs on the Phantom 4 will turn yellow to green, then green to flashing green, indicating that the compass calibration is properly done and completed. I cannot stress this enough. Before your first flight, I strongly recommend using the inbuilt flight simulator that is in the DJI Go app. Get at least 5 to 6 hours of flight time on the flight simulator before flying these drones for the first time. It will help you out greatly. To start the motors, simply press down and in on the sticks, hold it for about 2 seconds, and the motors will start right up. Or you can also automatically take off by going to the button on the left of the app and sliding with your finger, and the Phantom 4 will lift 4 feet up into the air and hover. Remember that you should stay away from any obstacles during automatic takeoff. Before takeoff, I always like to press the record button because you never know what some amazing stuff might happen in the sky. So always remember to press record before you take off, unless you're in a real good habit of always pressing record when you need to. Now each remote controller has a different configuration. On my remote controller, the left stick is responsible for altitude and panning, and my right stick is responsible for forward and back and banking left and right. The return to home button, which is located to the right of the power button on the remote controller, is a very important button because if you for some reason lose sight of your Phantom 4 and begin panicking, hold down the home button and you will hear a chime and the Phantom 4 will come back to you automatically. No worries about that. Now, some safety tips to remember. Always remember to fully charge your batteries. Also, never fly in a heavily populated area. Make sure that the sensors on the Phantom 4 are nice and clean, free of dust. I will have a tutorial specifically on how to properly clean the sensors very soon, so please stay tuned for that. Also, make sure to never fly with damaged or scratched up propellers, as it will cause very bad flight characteristics. Before flight, make sure that the Phantom 4 is fit for the flight. Check and inspect the Phantom 4 for any cracks or damage. Remember that any damage that you see on the Phantom 4 can result in a very bad accident in the future, so make sure you always inspect the Phantom 4 before flight. So I hope this quick setup video has helped you and guided you into setting up your Phantom 4. I will have more detailed tutorials on camera controls, picture profiles, and much more in the near future, so please stay tuned for that. Like this video, share it with your friends. Also, please check out my website at capturethemomentum.com for blogs and other awesome content. If you have any questions, please comment below. If you're a company wanting me to do a review on your products, please email me at info@capturethemomentum.com. I can't wait to see what you guys will create, so please remember to fly safe, have fun, stay creative, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.